also very much appreciate the fact that the entire fund is being set up with the with a year's worth of time to obtain all the donations prior to asking us for any more money. And I think that's a very good approach, and I appreciate that very much. And that's once again why I said it was regrettably that I would be voting against it, but it'll be quite possibly a very good addition to the city.
Other discussion? David?
Just one additional comment, and that is that in better times, I might be able to support this. I'm on this council because I took time after a council meeting one night to compliment Councilman Russell when I sat on the Planning Commission, and to tell him that I was going to resign from the Planning Commission because I was tired of being overruled by the City Council. Now I find myself reluctantly in that position because of financial concern. Now I have a better understanding of why the council was overruling some of the things that I was recommending. So I've seen both sides of that issue. What drives me here is the financial aspect of it, and I don't think this is the appropriate time. Thanks very much. Jennifer?
Yes. I completely agree with Councilmember Russell. I respect the Park Board's decision, and these are their discretionary funds. They should be able to decide where they go. If they choose an art project, then an art project it will be. There are many ifs in this project. Heaven forbid they aren't able to raise the $10,500 that they need. I do hope that they would continue with something that is within their budget and some other art project that they can solicit for, because I would like to see something go in there at Steamboat Landing or at the exit of the tunnel, because I think that was the original destination for the art project.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to authorize the park staff to go forward with the implementation of the Steamboat Landing Kinetic Metal Art Elements project and seek donations for the funds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. And Chief Mitchell, Agenda Bill 6110, the proposal of increase in, okay, that's worded badly. Proposal to increase the fingerprint charges.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. Presently in Chapter 388 of the city's fees and charges, the police department is allowed to charge an applicant $7.50 for each fingerprint card that we process. This fee was set back in 1993. The requested increase in processing of the fingerprint cards would put us in line with local agencies and help recover some of the costs for the time to process these fees. This proposal asks to increase the fingerprint charge to $12 per card. The recommended action is to read the ordinance by title only, pass, post, and publish the ordinance in the usual manner.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to read the ordinance by title only.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to read the ordinance by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance amending Washougal Municipal Code 3.88.010 to increase the charge for each fingerprint card processed by the Washougal Police Department from $7.50 to $12.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion to pass, post, and publish the ordinance in the usual manner.
Second?
I've got a motion and a second to pass, post, and publish the ordinance in the usual manner. Any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to the end of the regular agenda and to the second opportunity for any members of the public who might wish to address the council this evening.
I had one thing I forgot. The county comes into that too. See, on the west side of the street, down just south of our street where that creek is, that's the city limit sign. And then on the other side up to the water work is the city.
The city line.
Okay, but I went up the hill and came down today, you know, on the west side, they're pretty short on speed limit signs. There used to be one right above where that guy went off. And I didn't hardly see anything coming down that hill. I see, he did, there was a very little curve, and as far as I could see, he missed that, that's how he came off. But I thought I'd bring the county thing up briefly while I'm here. 'Cause maybe somebody could work together with the county and get them to do something too, I don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Trevor, can you make a note to have Kelly check on the speed limit signs and make sure that we've got them in there, and even maybe to put a couple of your high visibility flags on those?
Yeah, we'll put the high vis on there and get the trailer out as well. It is pretty tight along there, especially south of R Street, off both sides of the fog line, but we'll see if we can get it positioned in there.
You know, some of the alcohol-related wrecks and things I've seen, I don't think that's gonna do any good. This guy, I don't think that sign will stop. It might make somebody think that a few of them that like the lady that flipped over, she was drunk. The guy that went down in that gully through the telephone pole, he was drunk. It depends on how they are.
Chief Mitchell?
Just a comment, and I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but a lot of times, and I understand you said about the signage, but if people live in the area, there's treating as local residents. So they know it's just, you're coming down that hill and they choose to just speed. So we try and work those areas, and I have to tell you, not too long ago, we got a complaint from somebody that said they were working too much traffic on 32nd Street.
Not possible.
So you know, but we'll try and get out there.
Yeah, well, you're right, that sign's not gonna stop a lot of them anyway, they don't care. At least you have a better excuse to stop them.
We'll see what we
You
can
gotta watch those
You wanna
guys
fill
in
your pickup
Mercedes
order,
Benz.
you only gotta park there half an hour.
No quotas, no quotas. Any other items for the council for this evening? I wanted to make sure that I knew where the vote was going on the items for the parks area before I brought this item up at the end. Hopefully you will see a story tomorrow in the Post Record in regards to the landscape out front of City Hall and on the building inspection residence next door. Certainly in light of the action that we took a couple of weeks ago to not fund the downtown flower baskets, one of the items that we're dealing with is the proposed landscaping for these areas and some of that was started last year that hasn't come forward. I'm happy to announce that the Washougal Lions Club is taking up and kind of adopting our front flower beds in the residence next door to do a major planting project and bring some flowers in and some bordering and all kinds of good things on the 1st of May. So hopefully, I believe I fielded a call from Heather this afternoon at the Post Record, and you should see that in tomorrow's paper.
Awesome.
But there's another one that will not cost the city. For next week's workshop, unless you hear otherwise, I'm still planning for that workshop to be here at 5:30. I will try and keep the agenda to only a 2-hour period. And with that, I will
Make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
motion and a second to adjourn for the evening. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.